So there was a question in Blender Stack Exchange about this robot piece, and I thought it was interesting because it needs several modeling tools, and in particular the Boolean modifier, which you should avoid as much as possible because it gives bad topology, but sometimes it's very useful, like here. So I will put the link in the description, and you will be able to import the image, so Shift A image as reference or background, and then in the object data panel enable opacity and bring it down to something like 0.2, and then create a circle, a 20 vertex circle, and put the circle at the top of our shape and scale it down a bit, and then begin to extrude on the Z axis, so E and Z, and then put some transparency with Alt Z, and align the extrusion with the slot, extrude again, align with the slot again, scale a bit, and extrude again, align with the plateau, scale, and again extrude, scale a bit, extrude, scale, extrude, and then stop when the legs begin. Fill these faces, and then select the edge loop on the right and the edge loop on the left, and then extrude them down, E on Z, and enable in the transform pivot point, enable individual origins so that you can scale down each leg, and scale a bit on X, and we will come back a bit later to the bottom, but you can correct a bit the scale of each edge loop. If you press Shift, you can scale more precisely. And now you need to delete all these vertices on the top right, push a bit these vertices on the left, and then you are going to fill these faces with the Loop Tools Bridge tool. So Loop Tools is an add-on that you can enable. It's part of Blender, so you just need to enable in the add-ons, and you have all these tools. So just right click Loop Tools Bridge, and you can fill the faces. Also fill this part and also this one. And now Alt Z to switch to transparency, select these faces and delete, and then fill this face, fill this one and this one. And now what we need to do is cut a hole, a cylindric hole. So to do that, we're gonna create a new object, a cylinder. So it needs to be a 8 vertex cylinder. Scale down this cylinder and rotate on X. Align it with the hole on the model, on the picture. Rotate it a bit so that the sides are vertical. And now scale on Y-axis, and make the cylinder transparent. Go into object panel and choose display as wire, so it makes the cylinder transparent. And now select our object and give it a Boolean modifier and choose the cylinder as object. So now it should cut a hole, so it seems to work. So apply the Boolean, and now you can delete the cylinder. So now if you switch to edit mode, you can see that you need to clean the topology, but first we are going to create a bevel on this angle because it's a bit round. So switch to edge select, and Ctrl B to bevel and create 3 segments. And now to work the topology, we are going to enable auto merge, the auto merge option on the top right, and snap to vertex. But we won't activate snap. You can activate by pressing Ctrl while you move the vertices. So now to clean the topology, for example, move this vertex, snap it, and with the auto merge it will merge with the other one. Join some vertices with J, and also to dissolve edges, switch to edge select mode, select the edges and Ctrl X. Here we're gonna join vertices with J, here again J, and here J, and then we are going to select all these edges in edge select mode and Ctrl X to dissolve. Now these 2 vertices J, here we are going to merge these vertices. We are going to slide these vertices with GG. Here J to join. Here we are going to create an edge loop with the knife, so you need to press K to activate the knife and cut, and then enter to validate. Dissolve this edge with Ctrl X, slide a bit with GG, dissolve these edges with Ctrl X, and here Ctrl X again. Here you can close this face with F. This vertex, slide a bit with GG. This one, merge it. GG to slide the vertices a bit. GG to slide a bit. So now that the topology seems good on the side, you need to symmetrize on the other one. So you select all, go in the mesh panel and choose symmetrize, and now you need to choose the axis, and it will be -y to +y, and now the object is good on both sides. And you can scale it a bit on the y axis to make it a bit flatter, like this. So now that our topology is okay, what we want to do is to round and smooth our object. So what I'm going to do is press Ctrl 2, and it will give automatically a subdivision surface modifier to our object. So it will add virtual faces to round the object, but as we see, it will round too much between our big faces, and that's not what we want. We want to keep some edges sharp. So for the moment we're gonna disable the subdivision surface, and we are going to sharp all the edges we want. So we select them and we are going to bevel them. So select all these edges all around. This one. Also select these ones, and then when you're okay, press Ctrl B, and with the scroll mouse or with the plus or minus, you are going to choose the amount of segments. I'm going to choose 2 segments, and now if I reactivate the subdivision surface, I can see that it keeps my edges sharp, and I can right click shade smooth my object. And now I can work on the bottom a little bit, scale on X, scale on X. I need to put the transform pivot point back to median point. Also, we can scale the bottom on the y-axis. So select all these vertices and SY, and perhaps pull down a bit these two edges. And that's it. Thanks for your attention.